Hello everyone. Today we will not be testing the Renault RS01 in its Grand Prix. And instead we'll be talking about its Grand Prix, which is actually the first Grand Prix I managed to successfully qualify myself in, and also um, discovered quite a lot of problems with the regular Grand Prix compared to Elite Grand Prix and probably an Epic Prix. I'm not so sure. Epic Prix are new feature since this update. So yeah, well, I'll reveal a Grand Prix how it is after it comes out, and I heard it's for the Gen T alone. But first, let us focus about talking about the Renault Grand Prix. I provided graphics because I didn't want it to be like a podcast type of stuff. It's just blue screen or black screen or white screen in front of you, and then I just start talking. I'll get boring for a while. So I'm showing some of my old clips from the Grand Prix practice sections, like it's on the Himalayas here while I talk about the Grand Prix. So as I have mentioned, this is the first Grand Prix I managed to successfully qualify in. I joined Asphalt 9 Legends in February 2021. After playing Asphalt 8 Airborne, which I am about to quit actually, and I joined Asphalt 8 Airborne on late December 2020, and I managed to get the Bugatti Evo in its winter festival, but I am still unable to upgrade it because I don't have its pro kit cards. So speaking of the Renault Grand Prix, which is our focus today, firstly I'll say that this is the first Grand Prix I ever qualified in, and I also did mention that I'll be talking about some issues that come with the regular Grand Prix compared to an Elite Prix. Well, a Grand Prix, the first problem with a Grand Prix, as I've noticed in my own AER team Discord server, as well as Asphalt 9 Discord server, or whatever Asphalt 9 Discord server I'm in, I do notice that people complain a lot about people sandbagging a Grand Prix, and I do realize what sandbagging is. Sandbagging is basically not upgrading the Grand Prix car. You just go in and do a slow time in order to qualify in an easier tier, and this is a method that people use to get the car keys easier, because the car key is the only way to unlock a car. Even if you have like 300 400 blueprints for it, no car key, no car for you. So I don't know if it's just me or whatever, but there are quite a lot of people sandbagging the Grand Prix. Maybe that's one of the reasons why I had a good qualification time. I upgraded my Renault to the maximum for 3 stars. I mean 1 star, I'm sorry, to stage 3 without any import parts applied. That's my habit. I don't apply import parts until the very end. Until I max the car, in other words. So maybe that's the reason why I actually got to qualify in this Grand Prix, qualify successfully and go for the finals. And the problems of it are that the Renault Grand Prix, the Renault blueprint packs, they are actually available in the Legend store right now. I think it's 750 for 10 and 75 for 1, if I'm not mistaken. And some people who saved up some tokens for it actually they actually bought the packs for the Renault RS01, and some of them are lucky they had good drop rates. Their gamble was worth it to spend tokens on it, and some of them actually managed to 2, if not 3-star, the Renault RS01. Most of them managed to 2-star it. I'm not sure how many people actually had that much tokens to 3-star the RS01. And by the way, if you could recognize this is an old video, but I just wanted to stall so I could talk more about it. So we have people using a 2-star Renault in the final rounds just because they spend tokens to buy it, so they could upgrade to something like a stage 8, because this car is a 4-star car or 5-star car, I'm not so sure. So they could upgrade it to a higher speed with better acceleration and better handling, which I think this car is actually pretty lacking in. So, and a handling upgrade for 2 stars may improve the car's handling performance by a lot. And for those of you who actually tested this car, 1-star handling is not the best, and I had an issue with cars handling, because ever since I played 1v1 and tried the LaFerrari, its handling was so bad, so I had an issue with handling. And when I played cars on multiplayer, I picked the more good handling ones with good acceleration and top speed. Yeah, this is an old video, so don't mind. I'm just trying to store a bit of time to talk about it. Well, actually, I would say that. Wait, what was I saying about the handling? Yes, so the handling of this car at stock is actually not very good at all. It's at 40 something, which I think is a pretty bad stat for a C-class car, especially a legendary blueprint C-class car like the Renault itself. It's not good. So as I was saying, people tried to sandbag the Grand Prix by doing slower times and getting to easier tiers, and I think their plan was to firstly sandbag it, get into easier tier, and then they want to 2-star the Renault and then have a super guaranteed chance of getting the car key, which is something I would not do even if I was too lazy to upgrade the car. The first reason because usually don't have much tokens in my pocket, so I don't usually waste them like that. And secondly, it's just very disadvantageous to other players, which is the whole reason why people are talking about people sandbagging the Grand Prix. If they knew if sandbagging wasn't a problem in the Grand Prix, then no one would have cared about the Prix itself, because I mean talking about people sandbagging because they wouldn't care if it didn't get them to, yeah. So basically sandbagging just as I mentioned before, that was probably their plan, like to do a slower time and then buy packs and then have a guaranteed chance of getting a car key, which if many people do it at once, there's actually a lesser chance of you getting the car key in the end. And the reason is because many people will sandbag, many people will do the same thing, like trying to start up the car or something, and then you will be put in a disadvantageous position. My video has not ended. So there will be more people sandbagging, more 2-star Renaults, and I'm in tier 4. Tier 1 is the best for people who have best qualification times. Tier 5 is for people who have worst qualification times. And even in tier 4, right? I'm in tier 4, and I do notice that there are some times which in my opinion can only be clocked by a 2-star Renault. Like there was like this one here, Scotland. I don't notice that some people managed to beat the timing because they managed to 2-star the Renault. And earlier on today, I asked Films what were his thoughts on my suggestion that we change up the Grand Prix a little bit, in the sense that they categorize us like the tiers. Instead of qualification timing, they will group us by the number of stars instead. And he replied, it's not a bad idea, but less people. He doesn't think that the dev team will do that, because there wouldn't be as much people trying to buy packs for the car or something, trying to start it up. Nonetheless, I think it's my suggestion is okay, because I'm suffering the Grand Prix and I know that I won't get the key for the Renault RS01, and I do hope that suggestions for the Grand Prix will be taken into account by the dev team. And that's all for today. I'll see you in the next video. Great.